All right. Thank you, everybody. So let's get back into the S&P here. And we've been talking about how gaps refill. It's an old saying on Wall Street, and it's true. And I will explain why. The more time something spends at a particular price level, the more important it becomes. If you gap through prices, meaning we close here and we open there and we close there and we open way down here, there's no trading. So there's no people that were interested. One of the main reasons why we get resistance is because you have remorseful buyers trying to sell things at break even. In other words, someone buys something at 20 and it goes to 15 and they say, well, I made a mistake. If this thing gets back up to 20, I'm going to sell. So if you get enough of these remorseful buyers placing sell orders, what was a support level could become a resistance level. It's a very common thing in markets. Now, when you gap through these levels here, well, guess what? There's no one who bought. So you're not going to have that many people trying to sell on the way back. So you gap through price level going one way, you spend some time trading, you get back to that same price going the other way or the opposite direction. There's a good tendency for it to gap right back through it. Now, one of the main reasons why we get support is for the opposite reason. Remorseful sellers trying to buy stuff back. People sell and the price goes higher and they say, if it gets back to my level, I'm going to buy my shares back. Well, when you gap through prices, there's no one who sold because it didn't trade there. So we spend some time trading. We get back to the levels that we had gap through on the upside and on the downside. And it's not surprising that we had this big move down. Now, people are going to, if you put on the news or whatever financial website you look at, they're going to try to, you know, give it some kind of ulterior motive, some kind of news story. Oh, it's the jobs numbers, it's this, that, or it's the other thing or whatever. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But as a technician and a technical trader, I don't really care about that stuff. I listen to what the market tells me. To me, we had this big move down because we gapped over here. I mean, maybe the news that came out was the catalyst, but the bottom line is when you fall back into price levels that you had gapped through on the upside, there's just not going to be as many buyers around as there typically would be because you're not going to have those remorseful buyers, or sorry, remorseful sellers trying to buy their shares back. All right. So anyway, I hope that helps. Today's action is weak. I guess I'll just take a real quick look at a couple of the sectors here. Yeah, now this is like what we were talking about here. So what was resistance can become support, right? People sell, and when the price goes higher, they say, I'll buy my shares back. So that's a good example of that. Here we can see what was resistance becoming support, what was resistance becoming support. So it's a common thing in markets. So anyway, my personal view is as long as XLK is below this 210 level, the path of least resistance in the market is to the downside. So I would maintain my short positions. So big sell off in the financials. Coming back a little bit, but nothing too dramatic. It's important when you're doing this up close trading or short term trading, I should say, to notice where the opens and the closes are. Right, those are the most important levels of the day. And today is an up day, up 1.25%, but we're still below Friday's open, so that's important. And we'll go take a look at healthcare. Yeah, so now we knew this move in healthcare was coming down because, and again, this is a little bit of a rebound, but nothing to make me think that the trend is changing. The key here was this day, which was Wednesday. Opened here, got all the way up to there. It looked like it was going to be a huge update. This is money coming out of the tech stocks going into here. But what happened by the close, the sellers overpowered the buyers and pushed it all the way back down there. All right. So anyway, so that's a little lesson on gaps and on price levels and psychology. And yeah, thanks everybody. I hope to see you soon.